People have willingly paid thousands of dollars to visit places that can freeze them, burn them, poison them, strand them, or potentially put them face to face with some of nature's least welcoming residents. And somehow, the waiting lists keep growing. Most vacations are supposed to help you relax. You book a flight, find a nice hotel, take a few photos, and return home with a slightly healthier relationship with life. But some travelers look at peaceful beaches and comfortable resorts and think, that's nice, but what if there was a little more danger involved? That's where today's destinations come in. Scattered across the planet are places so extreme, so unpredictable, and so potentially hazardous that common sense occasionally packs its bags and heads in the opposite direction. Yet every year, millions of adventurous travelers continue to visit them. Some are drawn by breathtaking landscapes. Others crave the thrill of standing where few dare to go. And some simply want a story that begins with, "You won't believe where I went on vacation." The fascinating part is that many of these destinations are also among the most beautiful places on Earth. Beneath the danger lies extraordinary scenery, incredible wildlife, fascinating history, and experiences that can't be found anywhere else. It's a strange reminder that nature often hides its greatest wonders behind a warning label. In today's countdown, we're exploring the top 10 most dangerous tourist destinations in the world. As we move closer to number 1, you'll discover locations where a single mistake can have serious consequences, places where the environment itself seems determined to test human limits, and destinations so intimidating that most people would rather admire them from a safe distance. The destination that claims the number 1 spot is so extreme, so unusual, and so deceptively beautiful that it feels almost impossible to believe people willingly travel there. Welcome back to Ultimate Destinations, the channel where we explore the most incredible, breathtaking, and unforgettable places on Earth. Before we begin, let us know in the comments, would you visit a destination if you knew it was dangerous? Now, buckle up, stay alert, and let's begin our countdown of the top 10 most dangerous tourist destinations in the world. Number 10, Death Valley National Park, where nature turned up the heat. At number 10, we begin our countdown in a place whose name does not exactly inspire confidence. Death Valley National Park sounds less like a vacation destination and more like a warning label. Yet despite its intimidating reputation, millions of visitors are drawn to this remarkable landscape every year. The reason is simple. Few places on Earth are as beautiful, fascinating, and dangerously extreme all at the same time. Spanning more than 3.4 million acres, Death Valley is the largest national park in the contiguous United States and one of the hottest places on the planet. In July 1913, temperatures here reached a staggering 134 degrees Fahrenheit, or 56.7 degrees Celsius, one of the highest air temperatures ever recorded on Earth. That is the kind of heat that makes stepping outside feel like opening an oven and deciding to live in it. The danger is very real. Summer temperatures regularly exceed 120 degrees Fahrenheit, creating conditions that can quickly overwhelm even experienced travelers. Dehydration, heat exhaustion, and vehicle breakdowns are serious concerns. Rangers often remind visitors that the desert has little sympathy for poor planning. Yet despite these risks, Death Valley possesses a strange and captivating beauty. The park's landscapes seem almost otherworldly. Vast salt flats stretch endlessly toward the horizon. Towering sand dunes ripple like frozen waves. Colorful canyons glow with shades of gold, red, and orange. At Badwater Basin, visitors can stand 282 feet below sea level, the lowest point in North America. One of the park's most fascinating features is how alive it feels despite its harsh conditions. More than 1,000 plant species survive here, along with coyotes, bighorn sheep, jackrabbits, and countless other animals that have mastered the art of thriving where most creatures would politely decline. Death Valley also has a sense of scale that is difficult to appreciate until you experience it firsthand. The silence is profound. The open space feels endless. It is a place that reminds visitors how small humans really are compared to the forces of nature. The irony is hard to ignore. A destination called Death Valley has become one of the world's most popular adventure travel destinations. Apparently, telling people a place is dangerous is sometimes the best marketing strategy imaginable. Death Valley proves that danger and beauty often go hand in hand. It is harsh, unforgiving, and breathtakingly spectacular. And if one of the hottest places on Earth only ranks number 10 on our list, the destinations ahead are about to raise the stakes considerably. Number 9. Mount Vesuvius, the volcano that reminds humanity who's really in charge. At number 9, we travel to a destination that offers breathtaking views, incredible history, and the comforting knowledge that you're standing on one of the world's most famous active volcanoes. Because apparently, some people look at a mountain with a long history of explosive behavior and think, that seems like a wonderful place for a day trip. Rising nearly 4,200 feet above the surrounding landscape, Mount Vesuvius is one of the most studied volcanoes on Earth. Its slopes attract hundreds of thousands of visitors each year, many eager to hike to the crater and witness firsthand the force that shaped one of history's most dramatic natural disasters. The volcano's most infamous moment came in 79 AD when it erupted with devastating power, burying the thriving Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum beneath layers of ash and volcanic debris. Thousands of lives were lost, and entire communities disappeared in a matter of hours. Ironically, the same eruption that caused such destruction also preserved parts of these ancient cities so remarkably well that archaeologists continue learning from them nearly 2,000 years later. Today, visitors can walk through the ruins of Pompeii and gain a fascinating glimpse into everyday life during the Roman Empire. Streets, homes, temples, and even ancient graffiti remain visible, creating one of the most extraordinary archaeological sites in the world. Yet the real source of danger still looms overhead. Mount Vesuvius remains an active volcano. Although its last major eruption occurred in 1944, scientists continuously monitor the mountain because more than 3 million people live in the surrounding region. It holds the distinction of being one of the most densely populated volcanic areas anywhere on the planet. Despite this risk, the volcano's beauty is undeniable. The hike to the summit offers spectacular views of the Bay of Naples, surrounding countryside, and the crater itself. Standing on the rim, visitors can peer into the heart of a geological giant that has spent thousands of years shaping the landscape around it. There is something strangely humbling about the experience. The mountain appears calm and peaceful, yet beneath the surface lies a reminder of nature's immense power. It is the geological equivalent of a sleeping giant, quiet, impressive, and not entirely predictable. Mount Vesuvius perfectly captures the balance between beauty and danger. It draws people in with stunning scenery and rich history, while quietly reminding them that nature always gets the final word. And if a volcano responsible for one of history's most famous eruptions is only number 9 on our list, the destinations ahead are about to become even more intimidating. Number 8. Cliffs of Moher, beauty at the edge of danger. At number 8, we arrive at a destination that proves some of the most breathtaking views on Earth come with a simple but important condition. Don't get too close. Stretching for nearly 14 kilometers along Ireland's rugged Atlantic coastline, the Cliffs of Moher are among the most spectacular natural landmarks in Europe. Rising to heights of over 700 feet above the crashing ocean below, these dramatic cliffs attract more than 1 million visitors every year, all eager to witness one of nature's greatest masterpieces. And what a masterpiece it is. Towering walls of ancient rock plunge directly into the Atlantic Ocean, creating a scene so striking that it has appeared in numerous films and television productions. On a clear day, visitors can see distant islands, rolling countryside, and endless stretches of ocean extending toward the horizon. The scenery is the kind that makes even the most dedicated smartphone photographer pause for a moment and simply stare. But beneath all that beauty lies a serious danger. The cliffs are exposed to powerful Atlantic winds that can change quickly and unexpectedly. Gusts can become surprisingly strong, particularly during storms or periods of unsettled weather. Add slippery ground, uneven terrain, and sheer drops hundreds of feet high, and suddenly a casual sightseeing trip demands a little more respect than your average vacation stroll. Every year, safety officials remind visitors to stay behind designated barriers and avoid risky photo opportunities. Unfortunately, not everyone listens. It appears that the desire to capture the perfect picture occasionally convinces people that gravity has agreed to take the day off. The cliffs themselves were formed over 300 million years ago, their layered rock faces serving as a geological record of an ancient world. The constant battle between land and sea continues to shape them today, as powerful waves relentlessly erode the coastline below. Wildlife thrives here as well. The cliffs are home to one of Ireland's largest seabird colonies, including puffins, razorbills, guillemots, and kittiwakes. During nesting season, thousands of birds transform the cliffs into a bustling coastal metropolis. What makes the cliffs of Moher so remarkable is the contrast they embody. They are peaceful yet powerful, beautiful yet unforgiving. Standing at the edge, with the Atlantic stretching endlessly before you, it becomes clear why so many people consider this one of the most unforgettable landscapes on Earth. The cliffs of Moher are a reminder that nature's most spectacular creations often come with a healthy dose of risk. And if a cliffside where one wrong step can have serious consequences only ranks number 8, the destinations ahead are about to become significantly more dangerous. Number 7, Mount Everest, the ultimate adventure that can turn deadly. At number 7, we arrive at a destination that has fascinated adventurers, challenged human limits, and humbled even the most experienced explorers for decades. Standing at an incredible 8,849 meters, or 29,032 feet above sea level, Mount Everest is the tallest mountain on Earth. It is a place where dreams are made, records are broken, and reality occasionally reminds people that ambition and altitude do not always get along. For many travelers, reaching Everest is the ultimate bucket list achievement. Every year, hundreds of climbers spend months training, preparing, and investing tens of thousands of dollars for the chance to stand on the world's highest peak. The reward is obvious: breathtaking views, unparalleled bragging rights, and a story that instantly dominates any dinner conversation for the rest of your life. The problem is that Everest is not particularly interested in making things easy. As climbers ascend, oxygen levels drop dramatically. Near the summit, there is only about 1/3 of the oxygen available at sea level. Even simple tasks become exhausting. Taking a few steps can feel like running a marathon while breathing through a straw. Suddenly, tying a bootlace begins to resemble an extreme sport. Extreme cold presents another challenge. Temperatures can plunge well below -30 degrees Celsius, while powerful winds often exceed 100 kilometers per hour. Frostbite, hypothermia, altitude sickness, avalanches, and unpredictable weather are constant threats. One of the mountain's most dangerous areas is known as the death zone, a region above 8,000 meters where the human body begins to deteriorate due to the lack of oxygen. The name is refreshingly honest. No marketing department was involved in that decision. Despite the dangers, Everest continues to attract climbers from around the world. More than 6,000 people have successfully reached the summit since the first historic ascent by Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay in 1953. However, the mountain has also claimed hundreds of lives over the years, serving as a powerful reminder that nature always has the final say. What makes Everest so compelling is the balance between beauty and danger. Snow-covered peaks stretch endlessly across the horizon. Massive glaciers carve through the landscape. The scenery feels almost otherworldly, especially when viewed from heights few humans will ever experience. Mount Everest represents humanity's endless desire to explore, conquer challenges, and push beyond perceived limits. It is inspiring, magnificent, and occasionally terrifying. And if the highest mountain on Earth only ranks number 7 on our list, the destinations ahead are about to prove that danger comes in many forms, and some are far less predictable than a towering peak. Number 6, Danakil Depression, the closest thing to another planet on Earth. At number 6, we arrive at a destination that looks like Earth after someone accidentally left the special effects settings turned all the way up. The Danakil Depression is one of the most extreme places on the planet. Located in the Horn of Africa, this vast geological wonder sits more than 100 meters below sea level and is widely recognized as one of the hottest inhabited regions on Earth. Average temperatures often exceed 35 degrees Celsius throughout the year, while daytime temperatures regularly climb much higher. In short, if comfort is your primary travel goal, the Danakil Depression would like to respectfully suggest somewhere else. What makes this place so fascinating is that it appears almost alien. Bright yellow sulfur fields, neon green mineral pools, bubbling hot springs, salt plains, and volcanic landscapes combine to create scenery that seems borrowed from a science fiction film. Visitors often describe the experience as walking across another planet without the inconvenience of interstellar travel. One of the region's most famous attractions is the hydrothermal area of Dalal. Here, mineral-rich waters rise from beneath the Earth's crust, creating colorful formations that resemble giant abstract paintings. Pools of green, orange, yellow, and white stretch across the landscape in patterns so unusual they often look computer-generated. The beauty, however, comes with serious risks. Many of the colorful pools contain highly acidic water. Toxic gases can emerge from the ground without warning, and the relentless heat places enormous stress on the human body. Dehydration is a constant concern. Even experienced travelers typically explore the area with guides, support vehicles, and careful planning. The region also sits near the meeting point of three tectonic plates. The Earth's crust is literally pulling apart beneath the surface, making this one of the most geologically active places in the world. It is essentially a front-row seat to the planet's construction process. Adding to the surreal atmosphere are the vast salt flats that stretch toward the horizon. For centuries, local communities have harvested salt here by hand, transporting massive blocks across the desert using camel caravans. It is a tradition that has endured despite some of the harshest environmental conditions imaginable. The Danakil Depression is a place of extremes. Extreme heat, extreme geology, extreme beauty. It is both mesmerizing and intimidating, proving that some of Earth's most spectacular destinations are also its least forgiving. Standing here feels like stepping into a future world, a prehistoric world, and an alien world all at the same time. And if one of the harshest environments on Earth only ranks number 6 on our list, the destinations waiting in the top 5 are about to become even more dangerous. Number 5, Skellig Michael, the island that tests whether you really wanted the adventure. At number 5, we arrive at a destination that seems determined to make visitors earn every single photograph. Rising dramatically from the Atlantic Ocean, Skellig Michael is one of the most spectacular and remote tourist destinations in the world. This rugged rocky island sits about 12 kilometers off the coast of Ireland and looks less like a tourist attraction and more like the setting for an epic fantasy adventure. In fact, when filmmakers were searching for a location that appeared mysterious, isolated, and almost mythical, they found exactly what they were looking for here. But long before movie cameras arrived, Skellig Michael was already remarkable. The island is home to an ancient Christian monastery founded by monks sometime between the 6th and 8th centuries. The fact that anyone looked at this steep, windswept rock in the middle of the ocean and thought, "Yes, this seems like a convenient place to live," remains one of history's more ambitious real estate decisions. The monks built stone beehive-shaped huts near the summit, creating a settlement that has survived for over 1,000 years. Today, these structures are part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site and remain one of the most extraordinary examples of early monastic life anywhere on Earth. Getting there, however, is where the danger begins. Visitors must first cross often unpredictable Atlantic waters by boat. Rough seas can quickly cancel trips, and even on calm days, the journey can be challenging. Once on the island, the real test awaits. To reach the monastery, visitors climb more than 600 ancient stone steps carved directly into the steep cliffs. There are no modern handrails protecting much of the route. The narrow stairways twist upward beside dramatic drops that plunge toward the ocean below. It is the kind of climb that encourages people to pay very close attention to where they place their feet. Strong winds add another layer of unpredictability. Atlantic weather can change rapidly, transforming a peaceful visit into a lesson about why nature should never be underestimated. Yet despite the risks, the reward is extraordinary. At the summit, visitors are treated to sweeping views of the ocean, towering cliffs, and one of the most isolated historic sites on the planet. Seabirds circle overhead, waves crash against the rocks far below, and the modern world suddenly feels very far away. Skellig Michael is a place where beauty and danger coexist in perfect balance. It challenges visitors physically while rewarding them with an experience few destinations can match. And if an island monastery perched above the Atlantic only ranks number 5 on our list, the top 4 destinations are about to push danger to an entirely new level. Number 4, Kilauea, the volcano that is constantly rewriting the map. At number 4, we arrive at a destination where the ground beneath your feet occasionally decides it would rather be molten lava. Kilauea is one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, and one of the few places where visitors can witness the raw power of our planet in action. Located within Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, this geological giant has been erupting on and off for decades, creating a landscape that is constantly changing, growing, and occasionally reminding humans that they are merely temporary tenants on Earth. Most tourist destinations hand visitors a map when they arrive. Kilauea sometimes creates a new one. For centuries, lava flows from the volcano have reshaped the surrounding terrain, adding new land to the coastline while burying roads, forests, and even entire neighborhoods. During major eruptions, rivers of molten rock can surge across the landscape at temperatures exceeding 1,100 degrees Celsius. That is hot enough to melt metal, ignite vegetation, and instantly end any debate about whether flip-flops are appropriate hiking footwear. The volcano's danger extends beyond lava. Toxic volcanic gases, including sulfur dioxide, can create a hazy mixture known as VOG, short for volcanic smog. This can irritate the eyes, throat, and lungs, especially for visitors with respiratory conditions. Earthquakes frequently accompany volcanic activity, and sudden ground collapses can occur without much warning. Yet despite these risks, Kilauea attracts millions of visitors. The reason becomes obvious the moment you see it. Few natural spectacles compare to glowing lava illuminating the darkness, fountains of molten rock shooting into the air, or fresh black lava fields stretching toward the horizon. The landscape feels alive, almost as though the Earth itself is breathing beneath the surface. The volcano also holds deep cultural significance. In Hawaiian tradition, Kilauea is associated with Pele, the revered goddess of fire and volcanoes. Her presence remains woven into local stories, beliefs, and respect for the immense forces that shape the islands. What makes Kilauea especially fascinating is its unpredictability. Scientists monitor it closely, using some of the world's most advanced volcanic surveillance systems. Yet nature still manages to keep a few surprises in reserve. It is a reminder that even with modern technology, some forces remain beyond complete human control. Kilauea is beautiful, mesmerizing, and undeniably dangerous. It offers a front-row seat to one of the most powerful natural processes on Earth, provided visitors remember that the show is real and the special effects are not. And if standing beside an active volcano that can alter the landscape overnight only ranks number 4 on our list, the top 3 destinations are about to become even more extreme. Number 3, North Yungas Road, the highway where one wrong turn can change everything. At number 3, we arrive at a destination that proves not all dangerous tourist attractions are mountains, volcanoes, or deserts. Sometimes, danger comes in the form of a road. Not just any road, of course. North Yungas Road, often referred to as the Death Road, has earned a reputation as one of the most dangerous roads ever built. Stretching approximately 64 kilometers through the Andes Mountains, this narrow route descends from high-altitude mountain terrain into lush rainforest valleys, offering some of the most spectacular scenery on the planet and some of the most nerve-wracking driving conditions imaginable. For decades, the road served as a vital transportation link. Trucks, buses, cars, and motorcycles traveled along a route that often measured less than 3.5 meters wide in certain sections. The challenge becomes obvious when you consider that many parts of the road have sheer drops of up to 600 meters on one side and a rock wall on the other. There is very little room for mistakes, and absolutely no room for overconfidence. Before safer alternative routes were constructed, hundreds of accidents occurred here over the years. The road's grim nickname was not created by a marketing team looking for attention. It was earned through experience. Heavy rainfall adds another layer of risk. Waterfalls frequently cascade directly across the road. Fog can roll in without warning, reducing visibility and turning an already difficult journey into something that feels like a test designed by nature itself. Mudslides and loose gravel only strengthen the argument that this is not an ideal place for distracted driving. And yet, tourists continue to flock here. The reason is simple. North Yungas Road is breathtaking. Towering mountains, deep valleys, dense cloud forests, and dramatic cliffs surround travelers from every direction. The scenery is so beautiful that visitors occasionally forget they are traveling along a road famous for making people grip their handlebars and steering wheels with remarkable enthusiasm. Today, one of the most popular activities is mountain biking down sections of the road. Thousands of thrill seekers take on the challenge every year, descending from cool mountain heights into tropical landscapes while experiencing an adrenaline rush that few amusement parks could ever replicate. North Yungas Road perfectly captures the strange relationship humans have with danger. We know the risks. We understand the warnings. Yet something about standing on the edge of the extraordinary continues to pull us forward. It is thrilling, terrifying, unforgettable, and undeniably beautiful. And if one of the world's most dangerous roads only ranks number 3 on our list, the top 2 destinations are about to take danger to an entirely different level. Number 2, Snake Island, the place where nature clearly wanted some privacy. At number 2, we arrive at a destination that sounds like something invented to keep tourists away. The remarkable part is that the name barely exaggerates the situation. Officially known as Ilha de Queimada Grande, Snake Island is a small island located off the coast of Brazil. Covering less than half a square kilometer, it appears peaceful from a distance. Dense vegetation blankets the landscape, seabirds circle overhead, and the surrounding ocean sparkles beneath the sun. It looks like the sort of tropical island that would appear on a travel brochure. Then you learn what lives there. Snake Island is home to one of the highest concentrations of venomous snakes anywhere on Earth. Estimates vary, but thousands of snakes inhabit the island, including the critically endangered golden lancehead pit viper. This species exists nowhere else in the world and possesses venom so potent that it evolved specifically to hunt birds with remarkable efficiency. In other words, these snakes do not spend much time second-guessing themselves. The island became isolated from the mainland thousands of years ago when rising sea levels cut it off. With few natural predators and an abundance of migrating birds passing overhead, the snake population flourished. Evolution took over, creating a unique ecosystem that is both fascinating and intimidating. The danger is serious enough that public access to the island is heavily restricted. Visitors cannot simply book a day trip and wander around with a camera. Access is generally limited to scientists, researchers, and authorized personnel. When a destination requires special permission because there are too many highly venomous snakes, that is usually a useful clue. Despite its reputation, Snake Island plays an important role in conservation. The golden lancehead is a rare species, and researchers continue studying its behavior, ecology, and venom. Interestingly, components of snake venom have contributed to medical research, proving once again that nature enjoys hiding useful discoveries inside terrifying packages. What makes Snake Island so captivating is the contrast between appearance and reality. The island itself is stunning. The surrounding waters are beautiful. The scenery feels peaceful and untouched. Yet beneath that tranquil exterior lies one of the most dangerous environments a visitor could encounter. Snake Island serves as a reminder that nature does not always advertise its hazards with flashing warning signs. Sometimes danger hides beneath lush greenery and postcard-worthy views, patiently minding its own business. It is mysterious, beautiful, scientifically fascinating, and more than capable of convincing most tourists to admire it from a safe distance. And if an island ruled by thousands of venomous snakes only ranks number 2 on our list, then the destination claiming the number 1 spot is about to reveal a danger unlike anything we've seen so far. Number 1, Lake Natron, the lake that turns life into stone. At number 1, we arrive at a destination so strange, so beautiful, and so unsettling that it feels as though nature briefly decided to experiment with special effects. Lake Natron is not the largest lake in the world. It is not the deepest. It is not the most famous. Yet few places on Earth inspire as much fascination and disbelief. Located in northern Tanzania, Lake Natron stretches across a harsh and dramatic landscape near the Great Rift Valley. At first glance, the lake appears stunning. Depending on the season, its waters can glow with shades of red, orange, pink, and crimson, creating a spectacle that resembles a giant artist's palette spread across the earth. The colors come from salt-loving microorganisms that thrive in the lake's extreme conditions. And extreme is putting it mildly. Lake Natron is one of the most alkaline bodies of water on the planet. Its pH levels can exceed 10, approaching the corrosiveness of household ammonia. Water temperatures often soar above 40 degrees Celsius, creating an environment that would make most living creatures immediately reconsider their travel plans. The lake gained worldwide attention because of photographs showing birds and animals that appeared almost petrified, leading many people to believe the water literally turns creatures into stone. The reality is slightly less supernatural, but no less fascinating. Animals that die in or around the lake can become preserved by the highly alkaline minerals, creating haunting natural mummifications that look like sculptures frozen in time. Understandably, this has not helped Lake Natron's public relations. Yet despite its intimidating reputation, the lake is far from lifeless. In one of nature's most remarkable contradictions, Lake Natron serves as one of the most important breeding grounds for lesser flamingos. Millions of these elegant birds gather here because the harsh conditions keep many predators away. While most animals see the lake as a terrible idea, flamingos see it as prime real estate. The surrounding landscape only adds to the drama. Active volcanoes rise in the distance, vast plains stretch toward the horizon, and shimmering heat waves dance above the ground. The entire region feels ancient, wild, and wonderfully untamed. What makes Lake Natron worthy of the #1 spot is the extraordinary contrast it represents. It is breathtakingly beautiful, yet potentially dangerous. It supports life while appearing hostile to it. It attracts photographers, scientists, adventurers, and curious travelers from around the world, all eager to witness one of Earth's strangest natural wonders. Lake Natron reminds us that beauty does not always come wrapped in comfort. Sometimes it arrives disguised as danger, mystery, and the unknown. And that is exactly why it stands at #1 on our list of the top 10 most dangerous tourist destinations in the world. And there you have it, our countdown of the top 10 most dangerous tourist destinations in the world. From scorching deserts and towering volcanoes to deadly roads, snake-infested islands, and lakes that seem to belong in another dimension, we've explored some of the most extreme places our planet has to offer. One thing becomes clear after looking at these destinations. Danger and beauty often go hand in hand. The very forces that make these places risky are often the same forces that make them unforgettable. Nature has a way of creating breathtaking wonders while quietly reminding us who's really in charge. Some of these destinations challenge the body, others challenge the mind, and a few challenge common sense altogether. Yet every year, adventurous travelers continue to visit them, proving that curiosity is one of humanity's strongest driving forces. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which destination surprised you the most? Which one would you actually visit? And which one would you rather admire safely from your couch? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another adventure with ultimate destinations. Your support helps us continue bringing you the world's most fascinating, beautiful, and extraordinary places. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of the Ultimate Destinations family. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and keep exploring the incredible world around you. We'll see you in the next destination.